Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Drive at 5 live. I'm your host, Aaron David Spiegel, with Game of Life training for the game of life, where we talk about things that they did not teach us in school. We have spent our whole life living and being taught things that do not benefit us within this life. They seems that they benefit somebody else until you learn and do better. You're pretty much a slave until you understand that you're not a slave. And if you know, you know. So what we're trying to do here is help people not be that slave to the system, and actually think for yourself and stop, because we're caught up in this whole world of, it's a whirlwind out there everywhere. I mean, there's stimulus everywhere. And so it's like you wake up in the morning and from the time that you get out of bed, you're not even out of bed. You're looking at your phone, then you get up and you gotta, get something to eat, and then you gotta go to work, and then, or get the kids off to school, or, whatever. It's boom, 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 boom. And if you don't actually stop and take a moment for yourself on a daily basis, you're going to be crazy. And you're probably crazy. The reason you're watching this is probably because you're crazy. No, I could say that with pretty much confidence that you are crazy if you're watching this, because it takes one to know one. The great thing is, though, you can direct that crazy or that weird to suit you and live a better life for yourself. So, what do you do? How do you do? You know, let's talk about the golden rule. What the heck is the golden rule? I mean, you've heard of it. Most people don't even know what it is nowadays. Now, when I was a little bit younger, we were taught the golden rule, and you probably know what it is once I tell you here, but we were taught this at a young age because we're human, and it's a good idea for us to interact. Not only that, what I wasn't taught, I learned later, but I did get exposed to the golden rule, even though we don't want to live by that. Okay, the golden rule. You ready? Here it is. The golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So essentially, treat other people the way you want to be treated. You can go further. There's, or not caveats, but like extensions to that, or different representations that people have made, and they call it the platinum rule, where you treat other people the way you would like to be treated if you were them. Now, there is some validity to that, I think. You know, not everybody wants to be treated the way you would like to be treated. So, um, you know, but the idea is be kind, be nice. Not necessarily nice, be kind. Be kind. Did you know that nice means you're an idiot if you say I'm nice? Yeah, look it up. Seriously. I could probably actually pull that up. Yeah, I'm not going to. But yeah, so be kind to others, essentially, is what it is. That's the golden rule. And if you don't know that golden rule, then here's your intro to it, okay? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, what that means, or why would you use that? What that means is, um, don't do anything to somebody if it's going to cause loss, injury, or harm to them. Number one, that's the major. I mean, it goes along with the golden rule. It's called do no harm. It is the law of one, meaning that God's law, do no harm. So, but what does it do if you follow that rule, or why would you want to follow that rule? So, I don't know. For stealing, it's real easy. You won't want anybody to steal your stuff, so you don't steal somebody else's stuff. But suppose you did steal somebody else's stuff, because you probably have. And if you haven't, you're, I don't know, an anomaly because everybody's stolen somebody's something sometime. I used to really enjoy, I guess, stealing, it seemed. I like the rush of it, or I don't know. Maybe I was maybe I was possessed. I don't know. But I stole for a long time. Um throughout my life. I mean, when I was young, all the way up until I was like in my early 20s. And I finally gave that up. And it wasn't even for moral reasons. It was just because I knew that I just shouldn't do it, and it's stupid. Because you know, if you press your luck, you're gonna get caught, guaranteed, no matter what. But now I have a completely different view on it, and I just wouldn't do it for if you paid me, I wouldn't steal from somebody, anybody. I just wouldn't steal because I don't want my stuff stolen. And there's a thing called karma that people refer to all the time, and that's the easiest way for a layman to understand that whatever you put out there, you will get back. And that's why the golden rule benefits you. Because if you live by the golden rule and you put out kindness and love and understanding and empathy and caring, these things that you would want for other people, or you leave somebody the hell alone in their situation sometime. Maybe that's what they will want or what needs to happen, you know? Maybe, you stay mind your own business. Maybe that's using the golden rule. There's, it you could go on all day. I mean, you could do things and be obsessive about it. But the thing is, here's what happens when you give away these things, you're given more. You're given more. And when you think these things, your thinking is creation too. The words that we use in our head, that's creation as well. So when you are thinking bad things about somebody, you're doing it to yourself. Or, they say that you're seeing a part of yourself in that person that you just don't like. So a lot of times that's called projection, and you're projecting onto somebody else really what you are or how you are or what you're doing. So you might want to check that too. Check yourself at the door. Until you've done an internal kind of just go inside and do an internal inventory of who you are, how you are, who you would like to be, how you would like to be. You're just going to continue to act on things and think about things in the same way, which means that you're going to get the same things that you've gotten. And if it's not good in your life, if you're not happy and joyous and contented on a daily basis, then sorry to tell you, but you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Oh, Jack, you're doing it wrong. And that was in reference to the movie with I don't know. It was a long time ago. In the 80s. Anyway, stuck with me. You're doing it wrong. Because people do it often, they do it wrong. Even without knowing that they're doing it wrong. And I'm sure I've done it wrong. I'll continue to do it wrong at different times. But what I have gotten right is the golden rule. I will live by the golden rule. I do live by the golden rule. If whatever it might be. And I'll tell you what, that is your segue to heaven here on earth. The golden rule is it. That is heaven on earth. Okay, you live outside of the golden rule, you're going to go through some sort of chaos and or / hell. The more that you're not going by that golden rule, the more hell you're going to go through. You might think that you're going to get away with these things. You might think that you're getting away with those things. But guess what? It's not going to stay that way. It will catch back up and come around. Not a word will come back void. That's biblical, okay? The Bible is real. It's an instruction manual for us. It's, written in allegories so that people on the whole can understand or relate to the situations. It takes us through states. We don't have to stay in a state of poverty. We don't have to stay in a state of, um, jackassery. You don't have to be a jackass. You don't have to be poor. You don't have to be difficult. You don't have to be impatient. Those are all states, and you can learn to navigate the states. And when you learn to navigate the states, you don't have to stay in any state for very long if you don't want to. You can recognize that you're in a state and change that by putting yourself somewhere else. There's a practice to doing this. The golden rule, if you use the golden rule, you can have anything that you want. You can't have anything that you want without using the golden rule, without the consequences of getting that, whatever it is that you want, by trampling over somebody else's rights or their freedoms or their life, interfering with their life. You can't do that and expect it to stay. You might, again, have it in the short term, but you can't stay there. You can't. The whole point is you got to live by the golden rule. It's for you, not for them. And when you do that, is the only time you can really see it. The stuff that I'm talking about here, you have to test for yourself. Okay, I've tested it for myself. I've seen it. I've seen other people see it. They've seen it for themselves. So you try it. You say, okay, I'm becoming a better person every day. I'm getting thinner, toner, and tighter every day. I'm becoming more healthy every day. I'm becoming a better version of myself every day. Say these things. None of that is going to be bad to somebody else, right? You can do any of that right now. You can do that starting right now. You can do it easily. So, okay, I wanted to go over this because I right before I got on here, I looked up what is so the golden rule, what is it and what's the benefit of living by it? This is from ChatGPT today. You can see down here at the bottom. But it says, what's the golden rule? The golden rule is a principle of ethics and morality that encourages individuals to treat others the way. Now it says is a principle of ethics and morality. So it is about morality, I guess. That encourages individuals to treat others the way that they would like to be treated. It's commonly phrased as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Variations of this concept exist in nearly all major religions and philosophies, emphasizing empathy, fairness, and mutual respect. Benefits of living by the golden rule: improved relationships. Practicing the golden rule fosters kindness, respect, and understanding, which can strengthen personal and professional relationships. Now, what I want to say about that is if you oh, where are we here? Let's do it like that. Let's do it like this. Okay. So, bear with me. Here we go. Okay. If you were to do business with somebody and you know that they lived by the golden rule and that they were going to treat you right, you just knew that person as living by the golden rule, don't you think that you will want to do business with them over somebody else that if you didn't know, or if you didn't know that they lived by the golden rule, or if they were shysty about something, who would you want to go with? So it's going to benefit you to be that way because other people are going to automatically have a higher respect for you, guaranteed, no matter what. Maybe not a higher respect, because I could see where some idiot who is an idiot would think and take that as weakness and then not respect you at all. But that's a whole different conversation, probably for a different day. It says it encourages people to consider others' perspective, helping to prevent and resolve disputes amicably. So if you don't agree with somebody, then you'll see it from their perspective and they can see it from yours. Trust and reciprocity. Treating others with fairness and respect often leads to trust and reciprocate reciprocation, creating a positive cycle of behavior. Community building, personal fulfillment. I like that one because that's what the whole point is. Acting with empathy and consideration aligns with many people's sense of morality, leading to a greater sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Okay. That's that inner peace and satisfaction I'm talking about, because when you don't live by the golden rule, you're creating a chaos in your mind, in your head. Whether you realize it or not, there's a fight going on, and that's chaos. And guess what? That fight and chaos in here is creating experiences for us to come along and have fight and chaos embedded in them. So why would you want to create fight and chaos here so that you have to meet fight and chaos here? You wouldn't. That's the short answer. How do you fix that? Well, first you become aware. So now that you're aware, or you've already been aware, but be re-aware, be reminded, and start treating people the way you would like to be treated in general, at all. If you know that you should be calling somebody, call them. If you know that you have angst because you're not dealing with the situation that you should be dealing with somebody, because you know that you did them wrong or something, then go apologize. Say, I'm sorry. Become a better version of yourself today. Don't you think that's more respectful to give somebody an apology? Don't you think that I mean, it may be hard for you to do because you have pride and ego involved, but to give somebody that, because you have pride and ego involved, that person is going to look at you with a greater respect. They're going to say, well, at least they effing said, I'm sorry. At least they said, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm never going to forgive them. And if that's you and you're thinking that, go back and listen to the one about forgiveness, because that's for you too. It's not for them. These things are all for you, When you're living this kind of way, it's for you. It's going to open up doors. It's going to present an easier road ahead of you. Not necessarily easier in that you're not challenging yourself, but easier as in the crap that you have to go through. The crap, and I mean crap, the turmoil, the drudge, dread, all that crap, the mental health. You don't need to live in that. And you have to first become aware. Once you're aware, remind yourself every day. Remind yourself all day. Think about it all the time. If you're just starting doing this, set aside a time where you're going to say, okay, I'm going to focus on something that I can do or be to be a better version of myself, or what would it look like? I'm just going to spend a little bit of time with myself, on myself, for myself, and ask, what do I want? What do I want? And answer that. Now, as long as that goes by the golden rule, go for it. You're not doing anything wrong. And wrong, I want to say this: wrong is not what society has said is wrong, and right is definitely not what society is saying is right, because society, or the mainstream media, or what we're taught out there in the world is backwards compared to what is natural for us in our nature, in our spirit, in our hearts. So if you're watching this, it's because you've become aware of this and you're looking for something different, something, because you know that what you're being fed is a lie. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm a phone call away. I am an email away. I don't check my email very often. You can message me on Facebook or on YouTube or on LinkedIn or whatever. But my phone number, 513-604-5621, is really still the best way. I'm more about, like simplicity. The world is pretty complex, and if you can keep it simple, that's great, right? So I simplify as I can where I can. But I will say that you are awesome when you know that you're awesome. And I do love people's stories. Um, I was suicidal at a point. I'm not anymore. I'm happy. Life is good. I feel good. Good things were always happening to me. And that's true. So I invite you to take one step closer to that. If you're in complete and utter chaos in your world, this is a prayer that helped me a long time ago. And this is not meant to be religious, but it may be your first step. You say, please, God, help me. Please, Jesus, come into my heart and take over from here. Again, I don't feel like I am a religious Christian. I do not believe in the dogma. And I don't believe the way that religion has been taught. So this is a little distinct from a lot of people's religious views. But something that a lot of people also really understand or know deep down inside. So it's just kind of, coming to the surface, bubbling up, coming out, seek and you shall find. That is real. So I invite you to just say, if you need to, what am I supposed to do, God, is a good one. What am I supposed to do, universe, is a good one. There is only one power. That's the thing. There is only one power, one God, one beingness, one universe, one law of vibration, law of attraction, all that. The one power. We interpret and put onto it whatever it is that we see that power to be, but it's all one. So ask that one, what am I supposed to do? Go inside, be silent, be quiet, answer the question. If sometimes the words will come audibly right then as soon as you say, what am I supposed to do? Here's what you're supposed to do. Oh, okay, now act on that. Instinctually, it's like, oh, maybe hard, but do it anyway, because you'll be rewarded for your growth. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. To tag somebody, pass it along if you think somebody can relate. I do appreciate you watching. Hopefully you got something out of this. Again, if you need to get a hold of me or you would like to get a hold of me, Game of Life Training on Facebook is really a good way to go. Aaron David Spiegel on Facebook. Or you can call or text 513-604-5621. Until next time, make it your best day ever.